103, come in. I don't know if you're able to copy me. I'll be total at 111. Roger that, 3. Roger that. 111. I don't know if you're getting it, but there's been a lot of static today or...
Little birdie called me this morning and told me that you might be in need of a moderator, and so I volunteered to come this evening. Would anybody care to nominate me to be a moderator?
Motion to nominate Jeffrey Ginsburg as moderator.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. My name is Jeff Ginsburg. I'm a Woodbridge resident of at least 25 years. I live on Center Road, and I'd be happy to be your moderator tonight. Does anybody here wish to waive?
Mr. Moderator, I rise to a point of order.
Yes, sir. The moderator recognizes Mr. Lugar.
Whereas all here are fully aware of why, it is moved that we spare you the need to read out the call of the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Lugar. Is there anyone here that would second that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. The reading is waived. Now, it appears to me that we do not have 100 people here tonight. And normally when there's less than a quorum, it's the custom to have a discussion about the subject matter. And I would like to recognize the first selectman of our town, Ms. Heller. Would you please come to the podium and speak a little bit about what we will be hearing tonight?
Thank you.
And as you know, under the rules, there will be no vote tonight of any meeting having to do with any of the matters that pertain to the purpose of our meeting tonight. As you all know, under the charter, the Board of Finance and the Board of Selectmen will have authority to make the final decision. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, and thank you all for being here tonight, all of you. As you know, our town is facing the need to reinvest in aging infrastructure. The Board of Selectmen has had a subcommittee looking at the need for a public safety radio system for some time now. That committee met in late October, and after looking carefully at the proposed details, voted unanimously to move the upgrade of the radio system project forward to the Boards of Selectmen and Finance. A detailed presentation was made to a joint meeting of the Selectmen and Finance Board members on November 8th. Police Chief Frank Cappiello and Fire Chief Sean Rowland also answered questions and clarified why this radio system upgrade is crucial to ensure the continuance of our vital public safety services. Thank you both for your work, Frank and Sean. Also at the November 8th meeting, Town Administrative Officer and Finance Director Tony Genovese presented detailed financial data regarding the town's current bonded debt and expected future obligations. This information enabled board members to see how the radio system upgrade project will fit into our long-term financial picture. Subsequently, both the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Finance voted unanimously to send this project to tonight's special town meeting. I am grateful to the members of both boards for their careful consideration and unanimity in acting to address the public safety needs of our town. Presentations that were made to the boards, as well as the question and answer session that followed, were recorded by our government access cameras and have been made available for the public to view online at the town website. In a moment, we will briefly review both the project details and the financial data for you. Our town newsletter and my column in the local newspaper have also provided information about the project. In addition to the call to the special town meeting that was mailed to all households, we also sent out an email blast to everyone who was signed up for notifications at the town website. And we have posted information about the project to social media as well. As a result of these efforts to inform the public, we did receive a few questions, and I will share some of the answers with you. One of the questions that came up was, are there any new towers being built? The answer is no, the current plan is to use existing structures. The second question that was directed to us was, what is the life expectancy of the new system? Approximately 12 to 15 years is the answer. And another question that came up, will the new dispatch software require additional personnel? It is our understanding, the answer is no, that this new system is more effective and efficient, and it will not require additional personnel. In addition, I would like to inform you that should this project funding be approved tonight, the Board of Selectmen will take further steps to continue our due diligence. I will establish an oversight committee charged with making recommendations to the Board of Selectmen for action. I can assure all of you, the Board of Selectmen will remain on top of this project. With that introduction, I will now turn to our Chief, to begin the slide presentation. Again, thank you all for your attention to this important matter.
Good evening. Our current radio system was installed in 2003. Life expectancy at that time was 12 to 15 years. Over the last really six, 8 months, it's become less reliable. And what we can hear right now is a police call.
103, come in. I don't know if you're able to copy me. That'll be total at 111. Roger that, 3. Roger that. 111. I don't know if you're getting it, but there's been a lot of static or today or... Roger that. Relay that info.
So what you can hear here is the cops were on a call and they can't communicate between each other. This was an incident down in the flats where they were in the back of a couple houses and they couldn't communicate with dispatch or with each other while they were on the scene. Communications are unclear. They keep dropping roughly 40 times a week, and that's on the light side. It's usually a lot more. The next call is going to show the fire department getting toned out with nothing, no information coming after that.
Radio to fire headquarters. On the radio. 201, come in. Thank you. We got the gentleman. What's our location? Roger, I'm unable to send the tone out. But it's 121 Ford. 121 Ford. It's a public hazard. A wire from the pole to the house. It's stuck in the power. It's stuck in the ground. Residents requesting it checked out.
So basically what we heard here is the tone goes out from the fire department and no information comes over because the radio went down at that time. The fire marshal actually got back on the radio and asked where the call was so we could respond to it. It sounded like it was right there. There was actually a minute delay to see if the dispatcher would come back on and give us the location. But this happens quite often, especially in the last 3 months. It's really gotten progressively worse. The system's beyond its useful life. Parts of the console are no longer in production. We're talking about the radio console. If a catastrophic failure occurs, no one makes this equipment, so repair is almost impossible. So it is in dire need to be replaced. The new radio system would provide interoperability between police, fire, EMS, and public works. Currently, public works is on what we call low band, and police and fire and EMS are on ultra high frequency. It's just it's a frequency. All police, fire, and EMS radios are compatible with the new system, so there would be no need to purchase new ones. The current radios are roughly only 3 or 4 years old. New portables and handhelds and mobiles, radios for public works would be purchased part of this. Talking about maps, we're going to go into the maps. Back in 2003, when the system was designed, it was designed for 75% of the town being coverage, and in that 75%, 95% would be covered. Town has hired Paul Zito from New England Radio Consultants. He's a town consultant to work to get the best locations for the tower sites for the equipment to be placed around town. So we have a really good system. These are the coverage maps. So in 2003, you can see it on the left-hand side. When the system's optimal, and it is currently not right now, but when it was designed, the green is what is covered where we can talk. The white is not covered. So you can see there's a lot of gaps in the town right now. On the new radio system on the right-hand side, you can see a lot of those gaps get filled in. So there's a lot more green. And when the dispatch talks out to us, that's us talking into dispatch on the first map. This is dispatch talking out to us. You can see it's even better on talking from that. The new radio system is approximately $2.1 million. If it's ordered in December, we can see a savings between $100,000 and $150,000 from Motorola, so that would be really good for us. It includes upgrading the equipment from the obsolete to the current industry standard equipment. It would install new radio consoles and dispatch software, portables and mobiles for public works, and some new antennas around town. This is a breakdown of the cost. Radio consoles roughly $500,000. The main radio infrastructure is $1.275 million. Software is roughly $100,000. Site work at the sites where this equipment would have to go is roughly $225,000. And it includes the public works portion, which is roughly $300,000 to move them over along with us. So when we have storms, we can all communicate together rather than calling them on the telephone or going through the dispatch to get a hold of them. And the total cost is $2.1 million. So once again, it talks about the timeline. We're here tonight for vote of approval. We did a Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance presentation back on November 8th. We're here tonight at the town meeting, and when we purchased this system, it would go back in front of the Board of Selectmen, and it would come off as a state contract, and the civil work would be bid separately. And estimated from the time of purchase to completion is roughly 12 months. So even if we order it today, we wouldn't see it turned on until next December or January at the earliest. And that completes the presentation. Can I answer any questions?
So we've had a very nice discussion tonight. No votes are going to be taken. This is purely for your information. If nobody has anything else to say or has any questions, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Anybody second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Good evening. I'd like to call the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order Tuesday, December 5th at 8 p.m. in the Center Gym. We have a quorum of all the selectmen. And the agenda is, in the event of a lack of quorum, the special town meeting to be held on December 5th, which 2017, which there was no quorum. We are here to consider matters scheduled for such special town meeting, including a resolution entitled Resolution Appropriating $2,100,000 for improvements to the townwide radio communication system and authorizing the issue of $2,100,000 bonds of the town to meet said appropriation and pending the issuance thereof, the making of temporary borrowings for such purpose.
So I would make a motion to approve the resolution that you just read as set forth in that agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Joe. Joe and Joe, thank you. Any comments, discussions? All in favor? All opposed? It's all passes unanimously. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? Second. Thank you, David. All in favor? Thank you.
Everybody can get back.
You don't have to? You did it already.
Yes.
Oh, you did it already?
I already stole it.
Thank you all for coming.